Welcome to an episode of Solving Your China Business Pain Points. My name is Christina Kohler-Colucci. I'm the head of business advisory at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. And in today's episode, we are going to be looking at creating your Chinese marketing business model. You may not be ready to commit to the Chinese market, but you know there is interest for your product and or services, and you just want to get started in an easy, non-committal, minimum capital investment way. Today is going to provide you with the legal ins and outs of marketing your product and or service in or outside of China and the pros and cons associated with that. There is no right or wrong answer about developing an effective Chinese marketing strategy from your home jurisdiction versus in China. But it is important to understand what choices you have in order to build and develop an appropriate strategy for your business. By all means, begin your market strategy from your home jurisdiction. Try and outsource as much as you can initially. But eventually, at some point in the future, i.e. your long-term strategy, you will probably want to be local and be in complete control over everything. So you've got to determine the legal structure that fits your business activity and your commitment level. The options that you have are doing it from your home jurisdiction and doing it alone. Using a distributor locally in China that handles your marketing and sales needs. Outsourcing to a marketing and branding agency to handle your branding, marketing, and sales needs. Hiring an individual from your home jurisdiction to be placed on the ground in China. Hiring an individual via a local agent to be placed on the ground in China. From a legal standpoint, there are several types of business structures that can be set up by foreign investors in China, the most common being a limited liability company. As an independent legal entity owned by one or more shareholders, you can trade, you can offer commercial activities, you can also obtain a trading license, you can do e-commerce, etc. But you need to form an entity if you want to have that control. The tools needed to market in China and the administrative requirements. Now, in order to understand what tools should be applicable to you, you really should talk to a marketing and branding agency who will do that research for you to analyze what marketing tools would be best for you. The first one that I'm going to highlight is WeChat because it's really the most common and it's what everybody talks about. This is a branding and marketing tool. It's also, it's a type of Facebook, if you will, or Instagram. Now, you can open an official WeChat account via your overseas company. You can also open an official WeChat account via a third party. You can also open an official WeChat account by your own Chinese company or somebody else's Chinese company. So there are pros and cons to each of these. Again, talk to your marketing and branding agency about what is the best option for you. Then you've also got to think about domain name registration, right? What are the requirements for registering a Chinese domain name? And obviously, it's really important to understand whether you need a Chinese domain name. Now, a Chinese domain name is a distinct online identifier representing the registrant's value and orientation in China. A foreign company that has set up its own business network in China or is planning to expand its business into China soon may deem a Chinese domain name containing the company's brand name or relevant keywords as an important way to enhance its corporate image and succeed in China. Now, the CNNIC, the China Internet Network Information Center, is the official Chinese government body with this responsibility. It's a nonprofit organization with English Chinese language capability, authorized by the Administration of Information Industry to operate and administer China's domain name registry for .cn. So based in Beijing, all .cn domain name registrations are centralized through the CNNIC. There are more than 60 registrars accredited by the CNNIC to undertake the registration of .cn Chinese domain names. The one that I know that I've used is GoDaddy. Okay, so GoDaddy is a registered registrar by the CNNIC. Okay, remember that the domain name registration, similar to trademark registration, is a first to file principle Whoever gets that domain first has the rights over it. Another question that tends to pop up is, where's the best place to host your website? Now, a website hosted and operated from outside of China requires no specific licenses in China. China's internet regulations are not there to regulate the operation of foreign hosted websites. So for companies that continue to use their website outside of China, meaning that the servers are outside mainland China, be assured there is no requirement to secure specific licenses. However, you have to remember the disadvantages. A website hosted outside of China which seeks to cater to the Chinese market may be subject to increased slowness and dormancy, and the potential of having China's firewall acting as a true barrier to gaining access to the site. Okay. Compared to a website hosted outside of China, a local website hosted within China can be faster, more stable for end users. However, there is a full Chinese licensing regime. Now, a company operating a website within China needs to obtain an ICP license, Internet Content Providing License, or to complete an Internet Content Providing filing, depending on the activities and the usage of the website. Under Chinese law, a company that provides commercial internet information services, i.e. generates revenue or makes a profit from internet information services, your own website that offers e-commerce, must secure an ICP license to carry out its business. While a company that does not generate revenue and the website is purely a marketing tool only needs to complete an ICP filing. In both scenarios, the websites must have registered domains in China, and they do require a Chinese registered company to initiate these applications. Okay. So I just want to conclude today. I'm not a marketing or branding agency. I just want to give people the option of how to create a business model if your first goal is to market and brand your products, your company in China. Think about this in a very simplified form. Are we going to do it from home, or are we going to do it in China? Do it from home if you're looking to test the market, research the market, and if you have no need to generate revenue yet. You are agreeing in this case to give control to third parties who are going to help you to facilitate those day-to-day functions. Do it in China if you want to generate revenue, trade locally under a commercial industrial license. This means you are committed to the market, but most importantly, you at this point have full control over your China business, and you're not delegating things to third parties or individuals. If you do have questions about creating your marketing business model in China as a first step to go into China, then reach out to us. We are offering a free 15-minute call. We're providing you a link to our diary. Please don't hesitate to set it up. We'll see if we can be of assistance. I am not a marketing or branding agency. So if you are looking for help in that regard, I'm happy to refer you to our partners, some of whom I am interviewing for our China Expert series. So you'll know about them very shortly, but I'm happy to do a referral in that regard. If you want to learn more about what we do at woodburnglobal.com, head on over to our website. It's full listing of services plus additional free resources. And last but not least, if you enjoyed today's video, please like it, share it. Our goal is to help as many business leaders, entrepreneurs expand into China, but also be successful in China and to avoid the most common obstacles that arise. I look forward to seeing you at our future episodes. Take care and goodbye.